Greetings, merry meet. Welcome to our little cottage in the forest of the internet. You're joining Country Dwellers with Marilyn and Runa.
Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? How are you doing, Runa?
I'm doing fair to Midland, as they say.
How's the Villa Westwick coming over there?
Slow. Um, you know, it's hard to start all over,
Yeah,
and it's got me a little down, I'll be honest, but it could be worse. I could still be stuck in the RV, and
you bet your sweet ass you could.
so I'm very happy for that, and just gotta kind of chill my will and let things come as they come and be
Definitely.
happy about that. So
I
continue with
agree.
my motto that I'm gonna bloom where I'm planted and heal myself and heal the earth. So
I agree. Definitely. Definitely. My God, I've got a little dog over here that's like, pick me up.
we'll
Pick
pick her up then.
she's
She's
look,
she's
she's giving me right now. Come here.
she's basically a lap dog.
Yeah, she's there we go.
Oh my goodness, what a yo-go.
So we're going to talk about a few different things today, and one of those things is going to be about the Sag Moon. We're
Yep.
going to discuss Virgo season, and we're going to talk about our reduce, reuse, recycle. You got your witch's brew,
I do.
and then I want to talk about one of the favorite things that a Virgo does to try and add some kind of control into our lives, especially with us being so retentive.
Especially being so what? I'm sorry.
Anal retentive.
Oh.
That's definitely I'm Virgo, so I mean I got Leo rising, so last month was very fun for me.
Oh, I bet.
But Virgo sun, and that Leo is all about that shine. It's about bringing out that amazingness within you and allowing yourself to be seen, and with that being my rising sign, that's how I came out, like, hey, look at me, look at me. It wasn't until my 30s that I actually started allowing that, though, because I never thought that I was like, what am I, you know what I'm saying? But then, Virgo comes in, and the next month, and Virgo says, hey, bitch, you've gotten a little too egotistical. It's time to fucking come back to earth. So that's what Virgo comes in and does. And I'm thinking that it might be one of the reasons why I got that migraine that I just got over, because that happened around the new moon, and been going ever since until this morning. So yeah, girl, it's really nice to be out of it. But if Virgo had something to tell me, my Virgo could have said, hey honey, just come back down. Didn't have to give me a goddamn migraine and put me in the ground. You know what I'm saying? So
I know, and it takes so long to like once the migraine's over, then you have the hangover from it.
yeah, I'm in the drug haze right now.
So yeah,
Which is not really fun. I mean, it would be a lot more fun if it was like some morphine and, something like that. That would be, but it's not. It's
You're not taking your feverfew tincture then, are you?
no, I have not actually. My feverfew died, so I need to get some more feverfew. Yeah, it died.
How did it die and then not recede?
I don't know. It just did.
Okay. Well, I'll have to send you some because it's all over my property. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I haven't harvested and I really need to, but I'm just one lone witch. Can only do so much in one flipping day.
That's it, baby. You can only do so much in one day. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was afraid to open my eyes. And then I finally did. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. The pain's really, it's totally bearable. And then I thought to myself, and now I have 4 days of work to make up.
and don't beat yourself up. You're just only going to be able to do.
No, I'm not even going to beat myself up. Are you kidding? So
Oh,
Virgo season is
I'm
wonderful.
just playing with my literary witch's oracle.
Virgo season is wonderful. And we love it because it brings us back down to earth for sure. And Virgo season to me is also the reminder of the introspective time that is coming up quite soon.
Boy.
Right? Mabon is right around the corner. And over here, shut up. Over here, my bone. It is. He's right around the corner. Over here, it's already feeling like fall. Like it even smells like fall outside. To be
We had fog here this morning, like we get in Pacific Northwest, when fall is entering into the environment.
Love
And
it.
I was like, man, I am not ready yet.
I'm not ready for the cold and the rain, but the fog is really pretty when it comes in the morning, you know, and then leaves when the sun comes out.
Yeah. And that's
As long as that sun comes out.
yeah. But I'm like, I haven't even had my fall garden put in yet. Like I've only got it half. Like the fall sunflowers are in and the fall and winter squash is in, but like I haven't planted my greens and there's some other fall flowers I wanted to put in. And
I'm telling you, it feels like it's coming really quickly, you know. And
well, we really didn't.
I don't even think we've really, I mean, we've had an amazing few weeks, but it took up until late July into August, into the beginning of August before we even got temperatures over 70 degrees, you know, and sunshine. And I think that we've only had a couple days where it's reached 80, maybe 85 over here.
I think it was like the 18th of July or something where it got above 80 or something. And then it was like almost 100 for like 4 days. And I was like, wait a minute.
It was not almost 100. Well, maybe over on your side, maybe over on your side, not over here.
Yeah.
If it was almost 100 over here, I'd be like, yes, thanks.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm not going to get as much rain as you either. So
such a bitch sometimes, I swear.
Well, that was on purpose. I can only handle so much, you know, of the big dark and doom and gloom.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it. I'm not. I mean, I love the colors of the trees and stuff, but then when the leaves all die and then it turns into cold, and I'm just not ready. I'm not ready for it. So I told the boys that once I'm done with what I'm doing in here today, I'm going to put my tarp out on the grass. We're going to sit outside. I'm going to take all my stuff. I'm going to do my writing. They're going to do their coloring, all that stuff. And we're going to get the fuck outside because I've got to suck in the last couple weeks of this niceness.
I really want to go mushroom hunting today, but there's money to be made because tuition is due.
Oh, isn't that nice for you?
Huh?
Isn't that nice for you?
Yeah.
Has he found a job?
He really can't work during the school year. I mean,
really?
Yeah, it's like going to Harvard, you know, but they call it the Stanford of Canada. And the academics are ridiculous, and he's full-time. He's got 4 classes and he's got 2 science labs on top of that. And then he's got his responsibilities with his athletic team. So he worked all summer long though, and saved his pennies, and he paid his own rent and stuff. So that was really nice, but September's gonna suck hard. So we have come to terms with the fact that we're probably going to have to sell this boat, and then when we're ready to travel again, buy a different one. So yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. It's a money drain right now. You know, we have to pay to store it, and we gotta, you know, energy and time to go and check on it and make sure everything's okay and maintain it. And you know, we were planning on trying to get out and go fishing, and this freaking little electronics problem. Every time we think we're close, the Viking finds something else. So I'm just kind of done. And you know, you're talking about Virgo season and practicality and everything, and all my dream work in the last 2 weeks and all of my readings. Jen did a reading for me yesterday, and it's all like focus on the practical right now. You have to put your dreams aside and do some other work right now. And so, and it's true. That's exactly, and I've been resisting that. Mm-hmm. And I've just kind of said, okay, it's time.
I actually think that your readings for quite a bit have been telling you that, to be
clear. Oh yeah, no, I know. It's like
every time Jen and I get on there and we do that, it's like the same message that is being given to you.
Yeah. It just sucks because I feel like, especially for the Viking, he's got to give up so much. Like that was his big dream, and now
it doesn't mean that it can't be a dream still. You know, right. What I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, the kid's only got a few more years in school, right? So
yeah,
you guys are still going to be young little bucks when it's done. Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of age, my husband reminded me that my birthday is in a few weeks, and he's like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, what do I want to do? Find the fountain of youth, maybe? What do I want? I have no idea. I said, I have no idea what the fuck I want to do. I go, it's not like we can really do too much. You know what I'm saying?
Plan a great meal, chill out.
There is, and I can never remember where it's at, but there is a Washington Stonehenge.
Yes, I want to go there so bad.
I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go check it out and just hang out for a little bit, and probably just go for a drive. Maybe hit a couple lighthouses, things like that, so I can get some pictures and stuff. Just take the kids and go do something like that.
Yeah, bathe in the ocean. Maybe you'll get some good weather still.
Yeah, I'm not getting in the fucking icy cold ocean. You know me better than that.
Not so bad on the coast, like especially if you go south. If you go to Oregon or something. Because the Stonehenge is kind of like southwest or east, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I can't remember the city that it's in. I have it in my OneNote on my phone, but I can't remember the city that it's in. But girl, the water has to be like 80 degrees for my ass to get into it. So
you're so funny.
Everything seizes up. Okay, so Virgo season is about that earthing process. It's about that coming back down to earth from that shiny, transformational Leo season. So now it's like the time, you made all these decisions to change during Leo season, brought yourself out underneath the lights, for yourself to be seen. And now Virgo comes in and says, okay, let's look at reality now. Now, right. You did these things. Now, really what's sustainable, and it also depends on where Virgo sits in your astrological chart, what house Virgo sits in there for you.
And I don't have my notes with me. They're in the kitchen from the coffee yesterday. I always make sure that when Jen's talking, I have my stuff. I'm like, okay, how does that relate to me? And I don't have it with me. It's in the kitchen.
So Virgo, it depends on how it relates. It depends on the house that it sits in. My Virgo.
I told her yesterday, Virgo's, because she was like, if Virgo's in your fourth house, I think that's what she said, then, you could be prudish or whatever. And I was like, oh no, I say see you next Tuesday all the time.
Well, Virgo's in my first house. And so when Virgo comes to play in my first house, it also equates to one of the reasons why I do the work that I do, the energy work, the healing work. Everything revolves around that soul-centered healing. Mm-hmm. And that is what I put out into the universe. That's like my job, of what I put out into the universe. So when Virgo comes to me, Virgo reminds me it's time to be a little bit more real than I have been. And dreams are great, and dreams are fantastic, and they are goals that you're setting in your mind.
Yeah.
For me, those dreams also have to be somewhat set in reality as well, yes. Because of everything going on in my life.
Right.
So you can sit here and be good.
Oh, better.
So we are in Virgo sun right now. We are in waxing gibbous moon, so that beautiful growing pregnant moon right now
Mm-hmm.
is on the 1st of September. And the moon is in the sign of expansive
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, but Sagittarius has that beautiful expansion to them that they love to travel. The sitting in one place for Sag does not happen.
Nope.
So they love to get out there and do their thing and travel and all that. And then you have the Virgo sun at play, and it's saying, hey, we know that you love to travel, but let's get down to business. You know what
Right.
I mean? So if people are feeling a little bit of opposition right now, or feeling a little frustrated right now, maybe feeling a little bit trapped, that would be why. You know?
I had to put on my Warbringer amulet today because I have to resist the resistance, so to speak. I have to accept, and for me sometimes I have to fight to accept. So I had to put the right energy on today to continue through this moon for a couple of days.
It's definitely about going with the flow. I mean, Sag is fire too, you know, so
Mm-hmm.
you have to, this transformation is really, really trying to take place. But before it can take place, it has to burn some of that earth away so those seeds can grow. And that's hard. It's hard not only to allow that transformation to take place, but it's hard to try not to control it.
Right.
You know? Because you know what you want. You know what you want to manifest. You know the things that you want to bring into your life. So to really try not to control that factor and just believe that divine has your best and highest good and just roll with it is hard.
It is. It is. And I have to fight to get there. So, yeah. But at least I recognize it.
That's it. That's
the biggest hurdle right there. Once you have the recognition that you're struggling, you can take steps to problem solve.
Yes, exactly. Acknowledgement is the first step. And it's one of the most important steps. And you know, when you acknowledge, you can really talk to yourself and say, how do I want to respond? Do I want to respond? Do I want to react? What do I want to do? You know what I mean? So with that Sag moon, any work that you want to do would be, of course, the growing, the bringing of it to you, you know, with the waxing gibbous. And I would, because it annoys the shit out of me that I'm not getting exactly what I want right now. So
join the club, sweetie. Join the club.
So my work would be definitely to do those spells and do that magic that brings in the, not just faith and divine, but brings in patience.
Patience. Yep.
Yeah. Patience is a big thing for me, for sure. For sure. Another thing, and I know that you do this quite a bit for Virgo, is the list making. The lists.
Mania, baby. List mania.
I've always made lists. Always. And sometimes I make lists regarding my lists, you know, so, but I can't say that I've always followed every fucking thing I put on my list. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I figured out why. And the reason why is because I would put 15 things on my list to get done that day. And there's no way I'm getting 15 things done, you know?
Nope. I just add to the list, and I look at the list each day and say, okay, what's the priority today? Right. What do I absolutely have to do today? And I work on that, and everything else is then just bonus.
Right.
Oh.
I have, I've really been working with the bullet journaling. And I thought that it was going to be a pain in the ass. You know, just one more way to try and get a list to work for me, you know?
Right.
But I actually designed my own stuff, and I put like a couple to-dos, no more than 3 to-dos on my everyday. And I've really, really been doing great about getting those things done.
That's a good rule.
Prioritizing, yeah, no more than 3, because I have to, and then because when I wasn't getting them done, I'd beat myself up, you know, and it's not okay. It's not okay. So because that's the Virgo in me.
Right.
So the Virgo in me loves lists, but the Virgo in me also had to come to the conclusion that 80 things on a day is not gonna fucking happen anymore, which is hard to come to that reality that you're not Wonder Woman anymore.
So what's your priority today besides our country dwellers?
My priority today, I've got to get my newsletter out, and I've got to figure out what I'm going to be talking about for my next podcast. So those are my 2 priorities for today, and sitting outside. Because in my list,
that's a good priority,
right? That's number 1. In my list, I've also made personal challenges for myself, like getting outside, drinking enough water, exercising. You know, those things I need to do like every day. You know what I'm saying? So I feel kind of shitty that I haven't done those things the past 4 days. And today, to be quite honest with you, who knows if I'll get my stuff done because I'm in such a drug haze. I don't know, but I am going to sit outside for sure.
Well, and you're healing right now, so
yes.
you can't judge yourself as you're like fully functional right now.
No,
so
absolutely not.
And there's no catching up from that. And clearly, you needed the break. You needed the downtime.
Yeah,
you did it again. You pushed yourself too hard, and I knew I felt the migraine coming because I was on fire last week. And I kept telling myself, I need to rest. And I would, but it wasn't the right kind of rest either.
Yeah. Wasn't like full rest. Like there's a difference when you sit down and try and rest, but you have that list going on in your head. That's not really allowing yourself to rest.
No.
You know? No. And sometimes I know that I need to sit down, but then the other part of me is like, hey, you can sit down after you get this done. And then you need to get this done. And this, you know what I'm saying? And then
it's the whole mom walks through the room and she sees something and she's like, I need to do that right now. And then she takes care of that and goes, what was I doing?
Yes.
Oh, right. You know, yeah.
Exactly the case. So
sometimes you got to walk through the room and leave whatever that mess is there and go take care of yourself instead.
That's definitely it. Unfortunately, I had to be put down by a goddamn migraine. So.
Yeah, isn't your favorite planet in retrograde right now?
Oh yeah. What, Mercury?
No, Chiron.
Oh yeah, Chiron is. Yeah, but I was
so Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, they're all retrograde right now.
We got Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter. Yeah, I haven't even checked recently, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are in retro right now. And 3 of them are in Sag, and Uranus is in Taurus, and Neptune is in Pisces right now. So there's a lot of shit going on with my stuff right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the 9th of September when Mars goes retrograde.
Because that's going to be fucking great. That's going to be fabulous.
The last time it went retrograde, I totally upended my life. So I don't know what's going to happen this time.
That's going to be absolutely fabulous. I just can't wait for it.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to that. And I think that if I'm remembering correctly, I think that stays retrograde until it's going to be retrograde during election time.
Yes, all the way through the 13th of November.
Yeah, which is kind of fucking crazy when you think about it, you know? So that's very scary to me, to be quite honest.
We'll buy some extra toilet paper.
Right? Totally, for sure. Okay, so love Virgo season. but Virgo season puts me down sometimes. And then when Virgo moon comes in at the same time, like I don't do shit. I decide that I'm not doing anything because normally I can't. I'm so exhausted I can't do shit because I get so grounded. You know, have you ever had that where you're like, you know why you're tired? You're not tired because you're exhausted. You're tired because you're so far in the fucking ground. It's almost like you are literally buried.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. And it feels that way for me already with the fall, the feeling of fall coming into play already. It's kind of crazy. So let's talk about our reduce, reuse, recycle. What do you have for this month?
So I don't have a lot of things, namely like vases, and I love having fresh flowers in my house. It's a great way to add some color, some nice scent, and just bring a little bit of the outside in, which is always healing and peacemaking.
Yeah.
So I took this old can and wrapped some old burlap and ribbon that I had, you know, laying around, and voila, I have a flower vase.
There you go. There you go, girl.
And honestly, you know, with all the cottage core stuff that's going on, it looks so elegant once the flowers are in. And I neglected to get the flowers to show you with the flowers in it, but you know, you get the gist. I'm just one witch, you know, I'm just one witch. So
mine is well, I guess it's a reduce, reuse, recycle. It's reusing those eggshells and crumbling them up and putting them in my garden because my garden has been attacked with slugs this year. Slugs are
it also adds a lot of calcium to the soil that many plants need.
Yes, the slugs are nuts this year, by the way.
Yes.
In nuts. I got one this big.
Oh, I believe it. The leopard ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're huge. They are huge. Gotta get some ducks.
No, I don't want any damn ducks. I like looking at them in the park. I don't want them in my backyard. That's you know what? That is one more thing I have to clean up shit after. And I don't want any more things I have to clean up shit after.
You can have it in your HOA anyway.
I know. I know. Fucking HOA. I'm always cleaning up shit, man. That's like, I call my dad, you know, and he's like, oh, what are you going to do today? I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to do my favorite thing. I'm going to go clean up shit out of the dog run today. That's going to be great. I love it so much. Ridiculous. So those are our reduce, reuse, recycle.
I forgot to mention when we were talking about moon and Sag.
Yes.
The moon when I look in my morning yoga practice, I always check the moon and where it's at. If my body doesn't tell me, hey, focus on this area today, which, you know, it often does, but, you know, with the moon in Sagittarius, focusing on your hips is very key. So if you are a yogini, whichever you prefer, working on things like pigeon pose and happy baby and eagle legs and Baddha Konasana. I'm still working on my sana pronunciations and understanding what they are. I know all the like English names for the poses, but I'm still learning the
Sanskrit.
Thank you for it. So I did that this morning, and I tell you what, it really made a difference in not just my alignment and, you know, checking in with myself and giving myself a little, you know, love on the mat. So it was, but it helped me emotionally too, because I was angry this morning when I woke up.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, with Sag being that traveling one, right? Sag always having to be on the move, always wandering, checking out these new places. When you think about it, it totally makes sense that you're going to want to do hip openers and you're going to want to concentrate on that area that helps you move. It helps you go, my crazy hair that sticks out like that. Look at that.
I have those too. I just tuck them under my glasses.
So it really does make a lot of sense that, today would be a great day to work on those hip openers. And working on the hip openers is wonderful anyway, because you're opening up that sacrum as you're working on those hip openers.
Yeah.
So you're working on that root chakra and you are working on the sacral chakra as well. So you're grounding, but you're allowing that beautiful feminine energy to come to life too.
Absolutely.
So it is really good to do those hip openers, especially if you have low back pain. It's amazing to do the hip openers. I haven't done yoga, I'm a fucking yoga instructor, and I haven't done yoga in a minute, to be quite honest with you.
Well, here's your reminder, darling.
Yeah.
Right? While you're outside on the tarp today, just do a couple of hip openers.
Stretch it out. Yeah. I need to, for sure. And then, there's always other great ways to do hip openers as well. Those are also yoni openers. They're great.
Of course. Of course.
Let's talk about your witch's brew today.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So today we get the old mason jar out again because they're so good for making witch's brews. And I have my little fermenter here, but you don't necessarily, again, need to do this. And what this is this is a vinegar rinse with citrus. So as you make your cooking and you have leftover lemons and limes or oranges, grapefruit even, any citrus, you put it in a jar with some white distilled vinegar, super cheap, inexpensive. And you can use this to replace your dishwasher rinse, which is way cheaper because they charge you like $5 for this little like 6-ounce bottle.
It's kind of insane, for sure.
So, and the other purpose for this is you can rinse your hair with it. And it's great for removing buildup or using instead of conditioner that comes in all kinds of lots of plastic. That's not so good for Mother Earth. And what I do when I'm going to use it for the dishwasher is I'll put a little bit of food coloring in it because the Viking likes to be able to see how much is left. So, and that's it. I mean, you just let it sit. Like I will let this sit at least a couple of weeks before I use it. Mm-hmm. And then you're ready to go. And it doesn't get like the mother, like making the apple cider vinegar like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Which I have a little itty bitty mother, but I knew there was no way anybody was going to be able to see it because it's so tiny right now in the apple cider vinegar that I'm making right now. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's your witch's brew for this week. Something really simple, has multiple uses. We love things and that has multiple uses and is inexpensive. So
and it's easy to make for sure.
So, I put that little squeeze in my Coke and whiskey and then stick it in the vinegar.
You know what? I haven't had one goddamn mimosa since the last time you and the last season 2. Let's put it
right. Oh, I've actually been kind of teetotaling. Like we'll have a glass of wine or a cider with dinner and that's it. That's all I've been doing. And just trying to do a little bit of a cleanse because for a while there, I was up to like 3-4 drinks an evening and it was not good. It was not good. It's unhealthy. And I just I woke up one day and I was feeling really crappy and I was like, oh, I kind of feel like hungover. And then I thought about the night before and I'm like, ooh, better step that back a little bit.
I was doing, there was I want to say a couple of weeks, I was drinking a bottle of fucking wine a night by myself.
Yep. It's easy to do. You're just at home. You're sitting around. Yeah.
Especially when I'm sitting in front of my computer doing
Mhm.
creative shit. I'm like, oh, well, I want a glass of wine, you know? I haven't had a drink in a minute, but I was like, God damn. And then I'd be like, oh my God, why am I'm getting round, you know? And what's going on? And I was like, oh my God, probably because I'm drinking a bottle of wine
Yeah.
in a night. And
Yeah.
that is not okay. And that's
I mean,
repetitive.
having an adult beverage, a glass of wine, a cider, even a nightcap,
It's fun.
it's fine. It's good for you, honestly. But beyond that,
Yeah.
not so good. Not so good. And it kind of coincided with that shift, Leo and Virgo, and those whole practical things, right?
Yep. Yep. Virgo puts it down.
Oh, and then Jen's like, avoid intoxicating substances yesterday. I'm like, already there.
Virgo comes in and puts the rules down. It's
Oh,
no,
I'm telling you.
Virgo's like, no, that's not going to happen.
Right.
And I mean, I love her for it, but in the same token, I'm like, God damn, I was having fun.
You're having a little bit of fun. Yeah, fun's over. It's time to get some work done.
Totally.
And then this season isn't going to last either. Like when my daughter called me yesterday, she wasn't having a great day. And I was like, sister, you have to recognize that, this is part of life, having a not so great day is part of life. And the best thing to recognize is it's not going to last.
It doesn't last. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So sit with it, figure out like if there's something that's causing it, if there's something that you can change to feel better. And, even recognizing that, oh, I'm not feeling good. I'm having a bad day. I'm feeling depressed. I'm kind of grouchy with my partner, blah, blah, blah. All of those things will pass. But if you don't sit with it and figure out if there's causes, if there's things that you need to work on, that's when things get out of control.
Exactly. And you have to acknowledge how you're reacting to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How are you responding to what's going on right now?
Right.
I mean, that makes a big difference. You can react to it in a negative way, just adding negativity to this shitty situation already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard. I mean, and then it's like, okay, well, I've had these bad times this long. Like, when am I going to have a good fucking time? Then the reminder comes in. Well, your good time is also revolves around your perception of what's going on.
Right.
How are you seeing things? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because the good time depends upon you.
Exactly.
Even in the shittiest of situations. And it's hard to see that when you're down in that hole. It's really hard to see that.
Yeah, there's some days where you just have to plod through them and do the best you can. And there's a good chance that the next day the sun will come out tomorrow, as they say. So yeah.
Hopefully. In a few weeks, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh man.
Let me go get my gonger for the spell.
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to show everybody my little warrior statue that's in the magical flea market, and he's looking for a new place to adopt him.
Did you put the link to that flea market on the Country Dwellers?
I did.
Sweet. Awesome.
I'll put my little crouching warrior there. I'd love if everybody went and read his little story that I put up on my Etsy.
Does he have a penis underneath that grass skirt?
I don't know. Oh gosh. Guess you're just gonna have to buy it and find out. All right, what's our spell for today, darling?
Well,
we didn't pull a card. Were we gonna pull a card?
Oh yeah, we didn't pull a card. Yeah, let me go grab my deck. I don't know which one I want to use. Let me think about it. Easy. Let's see. Hold right. I'm going to use one of my absolute favorite decks. I'm going to use my Whispers of Lord Ganesha.
Say that again, please.
It's Whispers of Lord Ganesha.
Okay.
So this one's an oracle deck, but I often use this oracle deck when I do my tarot readings as well, because I love it so much.
I know which deck that is, but
I love it so, so much. So let's put into the cards. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday.
mm-hmm. Which Wednesday?
That's right. Girl, I'm lost. So
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here to help you.
let's put into the cards what we need to remember during this week to get us over those humps, to get us over the transitioning into realistic, down-to-earth Virgo time. Let's do that. Okay. Mm-hmm. I got Delight. It's so cute.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, it's really cute, right? Let's see. And that is number 3. Hold on, sweet girl. So number 3 says, it's Delight, and it says, we are born with the gift of laughter. Laughter is a natural medicine. Laughter can be helpful in ways you might have not realized or imagined. A simple laugh can help you feel better about yourself and the world around you. I think that's pretty much all that needs to be said. In the shittiest of moments, transitioning into this Virgo season, I think that we need to remember how to laugh, and we need to remember humor, and know how to laugh at ourselves as well, even though we might have screwed up. You know what I mean? It is really important to remember the laughter and remember that we are born happy. We are born with joy in our souls, and all we have to do is click it on, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, are you drawing one?
Yes. I have my Literary Witches Oracle, and I have Emily Dickinson, who is
my daughter loves that deck. She absolutely loves it.
That is the soul card. And oh my gosh, I just had it and I lost the page. I think she's one of the, what they call the witches. Yes. Spiritual life, the inner world, the unknown. Emily Dickinson spent her whole life in Amherst, Massachusetts, refusing conventional religion and her prominent family's exhausting social schedule. She instead cultivated a unique spiritual and social life. She wrote long letters to friends, worked in the garden, and created strikingly original poetry about God, death, pain, and love. When Dickinson died, even those closest to her were shocked to find her life's work of 1,800 poems neatly folded in a drawer.
Wow. 1,800 poems?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool. I like it. All right. So don't keep your poems in a drawer. Let them be seen, because who knows, they might bring laughter and joy to people that really need it right now, right?
Absolutely.
So, all right, so let's go ahead and do our spell. Prior to the spell, do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
All right, here we go. The earth it calls, so now I fall into the depths of my soul's all. Introspection, dedication, the path of shadow I now walk. To heal my heart, to heal my soul, is the lesson of which I talk. So now it is.
So now it is. Thank you for spending this time with us. Go in peace, love, and light.
The circle is open, but unbroken. Until we meet again, my darlings, merry part and blessed be.
Bye.